Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Avatar news update video. I got one big piece of news to talk about here, and it is the announcement of a brand new product. It is the Legend of Korra Poster Collection. First of all, I've got to say, completely called this. You've probably heard me talking in a couple of my more recent videos where I've kind of been predicting stuff for 2016. I've absolutely mentioned the Korra Poster Collection as being a thing that they probably will do, and now we have confirmation of it. We have the cover, release dates, stuff like that, so that's the news to talk about today. So first up, the release date. Release date for this book is October 11th, 2016. This is a Tuesday, which means it's the mass market release date, which means that in comic book stores this book is going to be out September 28th. I think it's the same dates as the Smoke and Shadow Library Edition, so that's interesting. The other things to mention about this are obviously the cover. Now, the cover, as you can see throughout this video, is one of the New York Comic Con posters, specifically the New York Comic Con poster from 2013. This was the exclusive poster given out at that convention. So that instantly gives us an idea of the types of posters that are going to be in the book. I'll talk about that a little bit later, what I think the other ones will be. But right now, this Korra Wan Rava poster is the only confirmed poster in the book right now. Other details are that I assume it will be the same dimensions as the Avatar poster collection. It'll be this 12 by 16 posters. There'll be 20 of them. Again, I'm just assuming this, but I don't see why they changed the format. And they're going to be selected specifically by Mike and Brian. So the 20 posters in the book will have been chosen among all the posters they can choose from by Mike and Brian themselves. Now, you can probably see up on screen here a size comparison between one of the volumes of Smoke and Shadow compared to how large the Avatar poster collection was, to give you an idea of how big the book is. It's a pretty big book if you actually see it in person. It's quite detailed. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. That's the main gist of what this news article revealed. We have the release date, we have the cover, we have an idea about what types of posters are going to be in it, Comic-Con stuff. But now, what are the other 19 going to be? What does this book have to do to improve upon the Avatar The Last Airbender poster collection? My issue with that book was that most of the posters were background images. They weren't posters. There were no characters in them. There were just these background shots of certain locations in the Avatar world. And some of them just felt completely out of place in this book. Like, this should be in the Avatar art book, not this poster collection. That's what I hope they take some of that criticism on board for this book and choose more character-focused posters going forward. Like, I'm okay with like a couple of background images, but the Avatar one had like the majority of them were background images and very few of them were character posters. So a lot of characters were left out of the posters. There was no Toph on any of the posters. I think maybe one of them, she was on one poster, but like she was barely in the book. I hope they don't do that with this one. Now, straight away, if they're going with some of the convention posters, that instantly gives you a couple of ideas. They can use the New York Comic Con posters from basically every year that it's come out. There's been a bunch of them. And again, like, I'm not going to be very specific with the images you're seeing on screen here. This is just various posters that have come out of conventions during the years, posters that have been released over the course of Korra's run that are official, that could go into this book. What I'm talking about is just me thinking about some of the ideas for posters that there are. There is, of course, like the Coronation posters, like the standard one of Korra. There is the one that I have one of them because I placed quite highly in Coronation the first time round. It's a really long poster. You can probably see that one on screen right now, actually. That would be actually a really good idea to do that. I can see them potentially putting in the image they released of the first time we ever saw Korra, the first image of Korra we ever saw, potentially the first image of Korra we ever saw from the front, or maybe the image of Korra when they first revealed her Book 4 outfit. Stuff like that. There's also some like more art print style stuff, like very shortly after the end of Korra book 4, I think it was Brian released a image of Korra and Asami on a date in a little turtle duck boat going past a spot in Republic City. I can see them putting that in because that was a very popular image when it came out. Again, you can probably see that on screen right now. And that sort of thing. Again, I don't think they're going to just do like 4 DVD covers and then every convention poster, and then that's the whole book. I can see them having in a couple of the convention posters, a couple of stuff that's on the more arty style of things, like that Korra and Asami print, potentially one of the like coronation posters, maybe one or two of the DVDs images, maybe the complete collection Korra Blu-ray set cover. That would be a nice one. And other stuff like, obviously some background images. I personally wouldn't want as many background images for the Korra one, just because we have 4 separate Korra art books out that basically have nearly every background image from the show in them. We don't need any of them in poster form. I'd much prefer to be able to get one of these kind of re-releases or one of those convention prints that are exclusive. Like, going back to the cover, the one confirmed poster that we have, that is a poster that I just loved the second I saw it when it was announced for New York Comic Con. And, I've looked every so often to see if is it available to buy anywhere for cheap, but of course it's an exclusive convention thing, it's hard to get. So the fact that that is the one confirmed thing in this book means I'm going to buy it just for that poster, because I love that image of Rava, Wan, and Korra. That's the cover of this book, so I'm absolutely buying this, and I think a lot of other people will be as well, because as a fandom, I think we're much more aware of all of the posters that were released for Korra this time around. And so there's going to be a lot of notable pieces that like some people may have from attending certain conventions, but everyone will probably be aware of from just following Korra so closely. So this is definitely a nice reveal that this is coming. As I said, I called it from last year if they did an ATLA one. It makes sense they do a Korra one since there are so many more posters for Korra out. So that was really cool to be kind of proven right on that. But yeah, obviously this has been 2 news updates in a week, which hasn't happened in a while. And I suspect I'll be doing another couple coming up very shortly as well, because any day now we're expecting the preview pages for the Korra free comic that's coming for Free Comic Book Day. We should also at some stage as well be expecting the full preview for Smoke and Shadow Part 3, like 6-7 pages. We only have one right now, and I don't think that was the full preview. So we're going to get that at some point. And then, given that these 2 new products from like September, October have been revealed, we know that the Korra comics, the official Korra comics, the full-sized ones, are coming in fall 2016. I would assume that perhaps we may get the big reveal of like the cover, some more information about the first Korra comic relatively shortly in the next couple of months. Because if they already have products planned and like covers out for stuff up to October, like how many more, when is the exact release date for the Korra comic? There's only like November, December basically that we haven't seen products from. So I think we could see Korra comic news sometime very shortly. So there should be some really exciting comic news coming in the next couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to cover it and analyze preview pages and of course talk about, because I think it will be a really big reveal when they reveal the Korra comic. I think they'll give that story to a big comic news site like Comic Book Resources, or like maybe even somewhere like an IGN to reveal the cover and an interview with the creators. But obviously we don't know any of that for certain just yet, but I think it pretty much has to happen. So there's that. So yeah, that's been this news update. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on the Korra Poster Collection. Which posters do you think they'll include? Which posters do you want them to include that you really want? And that sort of thing. So yeah, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.